Alright, so today we're going to show you how to loosen up or how to unlock your seatbelt mechanism. So when it's in your car and it's just locked, you cannot pull the seatbelt out. It's because the ball bearing in here gets stuck over to one side, and when it gets stuck, there's a little mechanism, and I'll show you in a minute how it locks. But if it's this way, if it's this way, it's not going to work. It has to be perfectly level. Well, you'll see. So right now it's locked. We can't open it. So what you got to do is you're going to put these little pins. These little pins are in these holes. I already took them out. All you got to do is just push them through. So I just got a little Allen wrench, push them all straight through, and they pop right out. Not a big deal. Next thing you want to do is these little pins here that go into the actual metal housing. You're just going to push those like so, and that'll get you started so that you can pry open the rest of it very carefully. Just like that. So then that's going to come out. That's the ball bearing. This is the mechanism I was telling you about. So if it gets lodged over to one side, it's going to lock. Oops. It's going to lock, and you can see that's where it's locking, right there. So once it's in its position and it's seated correctly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And it's seated correctly, then you'll be able to retract it. Okay, so we just have to make sure it stays in that position. Everything else looks okay, so we'll just put it back like so. Well, it's going to be difficult. Okay, so once it's seated, actually, why don't we try this? So this goes in this way. I'm going to put this into its housing. Okay, and you can see right there, see how it moves? So that little ball bearing, it's not centered. Now it's centered, and that's going to allow the seatbelt to spin freely. So we'll take this, rotate it around. So it all depends on the way the vehicle's tilted. So if you're parked on a grade, the car is going to be this way, and it might be difficult for you to open the seatbelt, and that's typically what happens, and that's how the ball bearing gets locked in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that it's positioned correctly and it moves freely. We'll just pop it right back into place like so. So now there you go. So you see, when it's tilted, it's not going to come out, but when you have it straight, it comes out, no problem. So all we have to do now is we're going to take the little pins that we originally pushed out. We're just going to push them right back into place. It's real simple. There's other videos on YouTube that you can get to see how to remove the seatbelt mechanism. And then that way you'll be able to get it out. But all this is showing you is just how to fix the mechanism so it unlocks. And that's it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put these back in there, and I'm going to reassemble the seatbelt into the car, put the seats all back in, and we're good. Hope this helps.